Sup everyone, this is Welcome to Upload here. Today's topic I'm going to be talking about today is what I've noticed about college students today and why most of them are delusional. I'm currently working back at the last university, and I'm just going to name the college for you guys. The college that I work at is Binghamton University. The last time I worked for them was through a temp agency. I'm working again through a temp agency since I had to leave my last job working at a hospital as a food carrying associate. So I'm back. And what I've noticed, being a very observant person, I've noticed that a lot of college students, especially young ones, freshmen, they think they know it all. They think if you're considered about a few years older than them, you're like a decade older than them, you're very old, you're old school, you don't know much about life. They feel like you're smarter than you. That's how a lot of them feel. I get like an egotistical vibe from a lot of college students, right? And they feel like they're all that. They feel like they're better than other people. They feel like they're smarter, they're better in many things. Just because of their looks or their status or just the fact that they go to a university. I work in a university, right? I do food service, okay? It's a part-time position. Just trying to get by, save my money, take care of my bills and my business. So, some things that I've noticed about them, and just like any other college student, even during the pandemic, they act wild. It reminds me of high school students. It's the same thing. Fresh out of the boat, fresh out of high school. You would expect them to be mature, more relevant, more well-mannered. Nope. A lot of them are not like that. There's cases where some of them are like that, but a lot of them are followers. They want to follow the crowd. And once they graduate, they're hopeless. They go crazy. They're lost. They're like, oh, what now? I had my fun. I did my dirty deed. This goes for women as well, because I've noticed that a lot of the college students are looking for validation and attention from the wrong places. And I keep my business to myself. This is the things that I see. Every weekend is party, party, party. Come back to the dorms, rinse and repeat. They're basically just getting by to live their life. I get it. They're young, right? But the problem is not that. The problem is them being young, having a fat head, and being arrogant at the same time. Because I'm thinking to myself, they're being taught a lot of things, all these subjects, right? But they're not actually being taught how the job market works. They're not being taught how life works, how reality is. Seriously. I have someone in my family, right? Not even someone. There's a few people in my family that went to college. Few of these family members, they finished college. Guess what? They don't have the dream jobs that they dreamed of. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a registered nurse. Guess what? They're not doing that. I'm just calling these family members family A and family B. Okay? Because I'm not trying to put out their business like that. But these are two of my family members. Two of them. One of them was extremely arrogant. They talked crap about me. They looked down on me. Guess what? She's living back at mommy's and daddy's house. The other family member, she made mistakes. She had a child while she was in college. Things happen. I don't know too much about her life like that. But she's currently working in a nursing home. Just trying to get by. They both are in student loan debt. I believe the family B member, the one that I told you, that's just trying to get by. She got knocked up in college. She's trying to make ends meet just to take care of her business. Okay? And the other one, she's not a baby mom. She's married. Okay? Has a child. I don't know how many more she has. She cut me off. And she had the nerve and audacity to talk crap, act arrogant, as soon as she graduated, back in mommy's and daddy's house. See, the difference between both of these two is that even though they both went to college, they both had a goal, right? They didn't meet their goals because they didn't check the job market. They didn't see the jobs that were really high in demand. And for the jobs that they could have got, either they didn't know the right people, or they didn't work hard enough, or they weren't just humble, and life gotten the best of them. Okay? Life has taken a toll of both of them. It did. And you could learn from another failure's mistakes. You could be observant. And to be truthful with you, I never went to college. I've been accepted to enroll into this one college. It's a SUNY college, right? But the whole point is, from what I said, you could learn from these two individuals' mistakes. How does this relate to the university that I work for? The students in that university, a lot of them are ignorant. I notice a lot of things about college students. A lot of them are very young, I understand. And a lot of them are very arrogant, ignorant, and naive. They think they know it all. They think they're better than you. They act funny with you. They try to throw shade. And once they hit their early 20s, late 20s, 30s, guess what? They're pissed off. They're working at McDonald's. I've come across so many college students that even question, why am I here? I had coworkers in the past who has graduated with a master's degree. Guess what? Working at a dead-end job. I had coworkers that had useless degrees. Or they had amazing degrees that they didn't know what to do with it, or they didn't know the right people. Working at a dead-end job. I never went to college. Debt-free from that. Thank goodness. I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm just being truthful. If the place that you're living at doesn't have many jobs that are hiring for graphics designers, right? Why would you go to college to be a graphics designer and know for the fact that you're going to settle in that same town that you're living in? When the job that's high in demand is nursing. Because in most places, they're hiring nurses. They're hiring a lot of hospital workers. All the things that I'm saying to you should have you sit down and thinking. How the job market works. Am I guaranteed to get that dream job that I realistically really want? Is that job available in high demand? You may have to move to the city if you want to work for Marvel, for an animation company. right? You may have to move to LA to be a producer or an actor. You never know. The big cities is normally where you could find way more job opportunities. I'm just being real with you guys. Certain jobs that you know that you could get based off your degree, you could get it. But another competition that makes the job market so competitive, especially for higher paying jobs, is that it's a lot harder to get into if you don't have the right skills for that job. They may ask for people that has an RN degree, right? Or a registered nurse degree. And when I say the job market is highly competitive, it is for this very reason. They don't have a number of availability for everyone to come in like that. They just don't. If there's a art college, right? For example, it could be the Art Institute of New York. If there's over 50,000 students that graduates with the same degree and only 5 of those jobs is available in the United States, what do you think is going to happen? Especially certain people is not willing to move in certain states that they do not like. Then either 1% of the students is going to get hired based off experience because of how high competitive the competition is. This is the main reason why they do 2 to 3 interviews for certain jobs like this. And in other cases, the students will get pissed. Some of them will get pissed off. Then they'll feel like, why am I going to move to a state that I'm not going to like, and I have this degree and the competition is limited. So now a lot of them are going to be stuck. They're going to get pissed off, annoyed. They're going to have to start all over from square one. And they're going to feel like they wasted all their money. You only get that hit of dopamine once you graduate, right? Everyone's happy for you. Your parents is happy for you. But the matter of the fact is, what if your child doesn't get that dream job? What if they have the degrees and everything to be a doctor and enter the medical field, but they don't have the job of being a doctor? Then the parents get annoyed. Then they want to kick their kids out. The accomplishment a moment ago, it was all whoop-de-doo. You made it, but made it where? The real challenge is actually getting out the door and doing research and being realistic. A lot of people are not realistic, and this is going forward towards a lot of young and naive, ignorant, arrogant college students. That's why I really feel bad for the generation. They're not being taught about how the job market works. And I wish there was professors that would tell them this. Hey, look, listen, no matter how many times your advisors could help you find a job, this is the percentage of how many of the job openings is available with this degree. You're going to waste your time getting this degree. I recommend you get this degree or this degree or this degree. And try something new. It may not be what you like up front, but hey, you might be thankful in the long run to know for the fact that that dream job will be worthless and useless if you're not getting in the company or the program to obtain or get that dream job. I told people this all the time. I even witnessed this. You're going to be wasting your time on that degree if you're highly thinking that I'm just going to party hard, smoke weed, have sex with all these guys, all these women. I'm going to get comfortable, get drunk, get lit, party hard, study later. Once reality hits you, it's a wrap. You was happy when you got a degree and you graduated, but then what the heck is the point with having a piece of paper with no job skills. A lot of these people could have taken their time to acquire the skills by internships. They could have volunteered in different organizations, different jobs related to their degree so they could build their bracket up. The more you bring to the table, the more of a better chance that you got at getting that job that you want. And this also goes by state, depending on the competition and the availability of that job. Like I said earlier about the small town and graduating with a certain type of degree and knowing openly that you did not do research, and you get pissed off when in actual reality, I should have done research. You cannot blame anybody else but yourself. Check the jobs that are in high demand first. Once you know that you're comfortable and you're very positive and realistic that you could get this job, that the job demand is high for the job that you want to get, and it requires a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, 6-year degree, get it. If you really want it that bad. Because you cannot live in ignorance and be blinded for the fact that you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. And this is why a lot of young-minded people are very lost today and disappointed. I knew a guy who's past 40 years old working at a dead-end job. And he even wondered and said this. I'm just being truthful. He said this himself. I don't even know why I'm here. I met a yellow cab driver, PhD in math. PhD in math, yellow cab driver. You see? People thinks a piece of paper is going to help them, and some people don't even take the time to research because they're so sick of their parents or their relatives that they're trying to just move out and do what they want. But then once you have to move back in with them, time goes by, dead-end job, McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, 35, 40 years old. What kind of life is that? Seriously. I'm just trying to enlighten you guys. You have kids or nephews that are about to get into college. Make sure they do their research on what they actually want to do or what they really want to do. Please do research with them. View the job market. See how bad or how good it is. Check the areas. If they're willing to move at a certain place for that job that they want. Check to see if there's apartment availability, if they have the right income, if they have savings. These are a lot of things that you have to think about. Because everyone is not blessed with their parents to take care of them for all their lives. I'm just being real with you. Parents get tired of taking care of their kids too, especially if they're past a certain age. They got a degree, and then they're wondering, how come my baby have her bachelor's degree in the science degree, but she doesn't have no job? Working in an office job, working 9 to 5, right? And you have a PhD. Stuff like this happens. People don't do enough of their research. They didn't save money. They weren't prepared. People didn't taught them this. So they're lost. They're wandering around. And the times when they find all this out, it's too late. This is what creates a lot of bitter people. And I see this happening, man. This generations that's going to come is going to only get worse. As I said, the job markets in the future is going to be very limited. COVID-19 hasn't made it any better either. It hasn't. Okay? Just being honest with you guys. I've done research. I've seen jobs that are in demand for the degree that I wish to go for. And it's stable. If I have to move to a certain state where I know the competition is high, but there's a lot of opportunities with that same degree that I have, I'm taking my chance. When I have the right savings, when I save a little bit of money from my part-time job, full-time jobs, and do what I have to do and take that chance. People has to take their chances, but what is the point in being blinded and then realizing that you have sight and you can finally see the truth, but then once you turn around, you have all this backed up debt and you're stuck and no one else is going to help you. Just like what I said with my two siblings. College degrees, no dream job. Be humble and be careful how you also treat other people. And do research. This is Welcome to Put here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.